For today's video, we are going to be taking things all the way back to 2018, the time when the Oni Trilogy was releasing. A lot of things happened during this time, and one particular detail that kind of got forgotten about and completely drowned out among other stuff was the Mask of Vengeance itself. One of the first new things we ever saw in the Oni Trilogy. All these years later though, there is a pretty big error behind it that we are going to be attempting to solve today. The Oni masks. These three masks brought the user tremendous power, and towards the end of Season 9, two of them were shown to be broken completely due to them being cracked, and therefore they just fell apart. However, one mask, the Mask of Vengeance, was never shown to be destroyed at all. In fact, the last time it was properly shown on screen was during some of Mr. E's final moments. Ever since Garmadon killed him, we have not seen the mask at all since, which is of course kind of strange. Such an important and really powerful item has just been miraculously forgotten about. With this being said, we are still left with a few plausible options as to where it could be now, and what happened to it following Mr. E's demise. Let's jump into our first possibility. Maybe Garmadon simply took it off Mr. E after killing him, to keep it all for himself, but then something may have happened where he dropped it and it was kind of left behind somewhere random. This is a very faint idea that we really do know nothing about, but to be honest, this could be a solid explanation. Perhaps it's never been found since, which leaves the door open for a future villain to come on in and find it and use it for their own personal evil needs. That sounds like a cool way to tie everything together, while also bringing back a really interesting artifact from Ninjago's past. Our next option is kind of similar, but it has more of a solid conclusion to it. Perhaps it was dropped somewhere, but then as the repairs started on Ninjago City after the events of Hunted, it was found and given to the Ninjago Museum of History, meaning that it is probably still up on display now for the people of Ninjago to go and look at. This possibility is even better in my opinion. I could definitely see this kind of thing actually happening. Most artifacts from Ninjago's past do get discovered and taken somewhere like this, so I think this possibility does work as a nice, well-rounded off conclusion to a fairly important part of Ninjago's history. For a final probable option to go over here, maybe it was just completely destroyed. It wouldn't have been hard for it to be completely ruined during some kind of battle within Hunted that we didn't know about on screen. The realm was a complete dystopian mess during this point. It would have been extremely easy to break it and crack it during this time, and maybe that's why we've never seen it or heard about it ever since then. It's simply been destroyed and has been taken off with all of the rubble that was cleared up after the season in the city. This is another very likely option that most likely did actually happen if we're being honest. So with this being said, it is very safe to say that there are still quite a few solid possibilities regarding the mask's whereabouts, and I do believe that everything I brought up today is fairly plausible. It's just kind of strange that it hasn't officially been revealed yet at all. All these years later, you would expect to maybe have an actual solid answer regarding something like this. Whatever the case is though, do feel free to drop your thoughts on all of this in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts regarding all of this. If you did enjoy today's video, please consider dropping a like on it. If you're new to the channel and do enjoy the content I'm putting out, then please also consider subscribing to the channel with the notification bell turned on. With all of this being said, I will see you all in my next one.